HSU, live from Amsterdam.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. You've just been listening to the sounds of the one and only Wonder King, Master of Disaster, Sefa. Can we get some noise up in the place for Sefa? Fire up in the chat. Fire up in the chat. I tell you what that was. That was some serious hardcore. Yeah.
Really? We're doing this?
Yeah, that's exactly how we're rolling right now.
Okay.
Okay, party people in the chat, you've just been listening to the sounds of Sefa, Active Rage before that, and it's just in time for another edition of Sit Down and Chat with these guys. I want to know, chat, what you want to know so we can ask some sensitive questions. Interesting questions, questions that you have for Sefa and Active Rage. We'll kick things off a little bit talking about how you guys are doing. How are you doing, man? You're looking a little...
Like, really?
You're looking a little like red-eyed, a little bit sore, tired.
We had a few beers yesterday, so it was a fun night. But for the rest, everything is all right. It's a little bit quiet, of course, but yeah. It's the same for every DJ now.
Are we running on a different clock to what you used to? Are you more of an evening person? Because I'm seeing you pounding the coffees.
Yeah. Well, ever since I stopped getting gigs, I'm living like a normal person now, you know? So going to bed at like 10, waking up at 7, 8, doing normal people stuff. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm not really the night owl like I was before.
You're not studio night owl kind of person, or?
No, I have neighbors and they're, in the final stages of their life. So I don't think they're...
They won't appreciate some loud noises.
I don't think they're French core fans.
They will go out with a bang. Huh?
Hey, yeah. What about that? I mean, that'd be one way to serenade them, right? Sort of like, hey, live life on the edge, get some adrenaline in your old, frail bodies, pump it up for them. But no, seriously, guys, what have you been doing in this time while they haven't been doing gigs? Obviously, you've been doing bits and pieces here and there musically. I saw that you were doing some sort of diving board session.
Yeah.
What's the go with the diving board?
Yeah, we had the idea in the beginning already, but we started with a windmill session. I don't know if you checked it out too. It was a live set.
I saw some drone footage, and I was like, whoa, okay.
And after that, we went the diving board session. So I asked a few divers from Germany to come over and jump while I was playing at 10 meters high.
Okay, but hang on a second. Listen, hard style and diving, these are not really activities that go together. Do you know what I'm saying? No, but like I can understand a sort of like, I've seen some stuff on your Instagram with more extreme sports like wakeboarding or whatever. You can kind of get the tempo in that, but diving, man, come on. Like, what was the thought process there?
Yeah, I was a swimmer all my life, and my mother works at that particular swimming pool.
There you go.
There was 1 + 1 is 2.
There you go. You got to use the resources that are available to you. Look, I know that you've got a passion for classical music, Bach especially.
Yeah.
We've talked about that beforehand. Have you discovered any new gems, hidden treasures from Bach? Maybe some old manuscripts. So you're like, I didn't know this one.
Well, I did actually make a home studio for the first time. So
okay.
I produced all of my like the Get It Crackin', all of those songs. I produced them in my grandmother's attic room.
Okay.
Without really any studio equipment or anything like that. So I built my own home studio, and I'm proud to say that I have a huge portrait of Bach on the wall.
Really?
Looking at me. So everything I do,
he's watching over you.
He's sternly looking at what I'm doing.
Do you think he'd be impressed and supportive of your music, or be like, nah, man, come on, like these kick drums?
I think he'd kill me with a dagger or something.
Oh my God.
18th century style. No, I don't think he would approve of my stuff at all.
Hey,
no.
you never know. I would like to believe that Mozart would be into Frenchcore.
Who knows?
I mean, he liked his crazy notes.
I did do some fantasizing about what these composers would do if they had a DAW, you know?
Yeah.
If Mozart was making symphonies in Ableton, would he like stick with making symphonies, or would he make I don't know, club or dance or hip hop music? I don't know.
Maybe he'd make like that ski hop music. Who knows? Who knows? Look, we've got some questions coming in from the chat right now as we put the word out to figure out what chat wants to know about you guys. I have to ask this one, and it's sort of, I feel like there's a kind of recurring theme with both of you gentlemen, that you both have thirsty fans, and I think that's awesome. I think that's freaking awesome. You know, I think you need to have a lot of interaction from your fans, and thirsty fans are nothing but a good thing. So the question comes in. Thirsty fans. The question comes in from Anthea. Have you been a good boy?
According to which standards?
I don't know. Look, we can say everything here. You know, I'm a priest. I can forgive you of all your sins.
Okay, so yeah.
I can.
according to like religious doctrine, I've not been really a good boy. But according to, you know, if I compare myself to some of my colleagues, you know, in their heyday, taking a girl home with them every weekend after a gig and not remembering who you wake up next to. And
I've had that period. I've been there.
Yeah,
We've all been there.
We've all been there, except me, I guess. But no.
No, man, I don't believe it. I don't believe
He
it.
was in his grandma's attic.
It's hard to take a girl home if you wake up your grandma at 4 a.m. You know, like, what are you doing?
Hello?
Is everything okay, my dear? You know. So, but yeah, now I live at home and things have changed. No, just kidding. But
we've got another question coming in here from the chat. This is for both of you. This one is kind of a recurring question that happens. So I'm really sorry. This is not something that I've come up with. This is something that the fans who are tuning in want to know.
Blame another one.
I know. But listen, I have to say it. Have you ever had a man?
Have you ever had a man? No.
No. That's a definitive no from Active Rage. There's a pause, Sefa.
I take the fifth.
Cool. You know what? There's no judgment here. It's all about the good vibes and the good styles.
Let the Sefa is gay comments begin.
Dude, it's been going all the time. It's no joke. The Sefa is gay comments before you even got here was just already hitting it. And I was like, wow, do they know something I don't? Or?
No, it's always the internet people, you know. If they say it to my face, and I always tell them like, yeah, ask your sister if I'm gay.
Nice.
That's
nice.
Okay. Their sister always has an answer. Always.
Nice. Beautiful. Look, I want to touch a little bit. I know, right? How do we segue out of that one? I want to touch a little bit into some of the stuff that you've been doing, Active Rage. Subwoofers, what's the go?
Yeah, Active Garage. That's the go. Okay. So yeah, the COVID hit. So I was like, what can I do to like reach the fans and come up with something original?
Sure.
And yeah, subwoofers in cars. Yeah.
Are you installing them? Is it like Active Rage branded subwoofers?
It's branded, and I have a collaboration with a local garage in the east side of Holland, and then people come over with their cars and we build it in.
Okay.
So, but I've also sent some woofers to Australia.
Like really?
Yeah, already did.
Wow, man! Are you doing them in pairs, or are you doing like one at a time? Tell me more about subwoofers. Come on, let's get the details.
Yeah, I think like back in the days, a lot of people had a subwoofer in their cars, and now the sound system is already okay in normal cars, but you really miss that hardstyle pounding bass. So
absolutely.
So the people love it, and yeah, I love it too. So I got a massive one in the back of my trunk, like a double one. Yeah.
Wow.
And I got a van, so
double 12s.
Yeah.
Is that what you're rocking?
You do as well, Jacques? Like blast the hardstyle set at full volume in your car. With like earphones or like earbuds in.
Oh yeah, like the competition.
Oh no, like that. No,
I've been doing that for the last year. Like just put in my earplugs and blast the set at full volume, so it feels like I'm at a festival. Then I'm like, oh shit!
I feel it in my chest. Just to bounce off the back of Active Rage branded subs, Sefa, the question in the chat that I just saw fly by was merch. What's the deal? New stuff coming? What's going on?
Yes. Well. People in the chat might know my strategy surrounding like merchandise and music. If you just if you guys bully me enough, then
I saw what happened with God's Plan, man. Like it just
yeah. But new merch is coming for sure. Plus, there's a ton of new other projects coming. But I'm like a lot of my colleagues, and respect to them, but they're doing their musical entrepreneurship in these COVID times, and I've tried it, but I live for the fan interaction, like in real life.
Got it.
I live for the crowd response on new tracks. When I play them for the first time, for example, after a release, then you can kind of get the feel of the track, and you can test tracks inside of clubs and stuff. And
definitely.
That's
now you're watching in a camera.
Exactly.
It's not moving.
Or
it's not even close to the same.
Yeah, like you guys, you Australians who have seen me live at like an HSU event or in Melbourne or something. You might have seen a difference. Like I'm not good in front of a camera. Like I'm doing my best there. But then I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, this music. And then I look into the room, and there's like some people on computers.
For sure. The vibe is just
I try to get adjusted to being a musical, releasing stuff and doing my regular thing in COVID times. But I'm not really a fan, to be honest. So I'd rather just focus on loading up my Canon.
That could mean so many things to so many different people, man.
In two ways, of course. But once we're rolling again, then I'm sure
Wave of
You're going to shoot that cannon all over the
shoot
people.
that cannon in all of your faces.
All over. Yeah,
You gotta spray it.
And your sister.
Active Rage. Everybody's got a different plan when it comes to music, particularly during our lockdown in these times. Some people, like Sefa, is kind of like take the foot off the gas a little bit, pump the brakes. We're going to save a little bit. You've been doing the same.
I released 2 tracks in 1 year.
Wow.
So that's not a lot, but there's
That's
a
a
lot
lot,
of
man.
music coming. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot, bro.
No, but I mean, the thing is, some people have been like going full steam ahead, and that's definitely a strategy. Other people have been like, you know what, because I don't have the feeling.
Well, for me, it's not a decision based on like my own experience. Like I genuinely think it's better for the fans as well. If, for example, imagine you release a track in a normal way, and imagine you release a track after it's been played at the DEF CON end show with fireworks and stuff.
For sure.
What memory are people taking home of your track? You know, what are they thinking when they hear the track for the next time? I think the first impression people have of a track you release or a track they hear is one of the most important things of our scene as a whole. Like, you guys in the chat, you probably also have a couple of tracks where if you play them, you get taken back instantly to like that DEF CON end show or that HSU event or that moment when you were muzzing. I don't know what you Aussie people do, but
a little gabber.
That's one of the most important things. And there are so many crucial aspects missing right now, that I'd rather just do my absolute best in the studio and do my absolute best with my team trying to work things out. In the best way possible to really deliver you the best festival experience as we get going again. Because I've also said no a lot of times to, this live stream is actually so cool that I actually said yes, of course. But
yes,
HSU. But there are a ton of live streams where I just said like, yeah, no, I'm not really doing this because this isn't an experience that's worthy of the new music. People are just sitting on their couch, with
beer,
cum-soaked tissues and beer. And
hey, listen, what's the deal with cum, man? Like, are people coming on sofas and shit in the chat? What's going on?
Coming on sofas in the chat.
I don't know. I don't know.
Missing the point here.
Probably when I dropped the last.
It might have been that. It might have been that.
A lot of people, I've had like a multi-orgasm at a party once where I dropped the track and I was like, oh, and I was like, oh, what's going on? And the whole floor was soaked. And you never had that?
Not quite as extreme as the reaction to that, but I've definitely had like the half chub going. You know what I mean? Just like drop it. The reaction comes. You hear the roar from the crowd. And you're like, ooh. Oh, yeah.
And that's like something that I haven't had.
Have you ever peed during a gig?
No, but I've had one experience where there was like, so things that come out of your body comes in 3 different states of matter. There's like liquid, gas, and solid. I've definitely had one that was like heading more towards the liquid and solid side. I was like, oh, okay.
Full chemistry lesson.
Yeah, exactly. It was a little bit too much. But look, let's switch gears a little bit and stop talking about what comes out of our butts.
Why?
And we could go that way. We can keep on going that way, and I'm sure the chat would be more than happy for us to talk about all that sort of stuff. Right, why not? Let's talk instead about what's going on, or rather how your experiences have been going down under to Australia.
My experience down in Australia.
I saw some photos of your show with Radical Redemption.
Yeah, we did a show at Enmore Theatre in Sydney. It was sold out with Radical. We stayed the whole week and had fun, and Australia is always a good vibe. The people are really nice, and the weather is really nice, also important. And the event, was sick. Yeah. It's like you ever played in the Enmore Theatre too?
No, but I saw the videos from your guys' gig. It was in like 2018, right? 2019?
Yeah, something like that. It's 2 years ago.
Really cool.
Yeah, crazy that
it feels like the floor is going up a little bit in the theater.
Yeah,
because there were chairs. So everybody's, when they scream over their heads, not into each other's back. So you hear the crowd extra loud.
I haven't thought about that.
But that's true. That's really the thing.
That's cool. That's really cool. In your time in Australia, what did you do besides, of course, the shows?
And I'm going sitting on the couch. No. We went fishing. We went skydiving. We went on the jet skis, on the boats, surfing. Yeah, imagine everything.
Did you see the impressive spiders?
No.
You didn't see any of the spiders there? Because that's usually when
neither. I went to the toilet in my hotel and I was expecting like a giant snake coming out. But
that's
out of your pants.
There's it's fortunately liquid and solid free. But look, I mean, the thing is, a lot of DJs that I've spoken to, particularly Dutch DJs, if they've never been to Australia, they're like, I don't know, man, the spiders, the snakes, all that sort of stuff.
You don't see them in the city. right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, but not really. But I want to know about your experiences with the dangerous
No,
animals. there.
the what are the ibis birds or something? The white
Oh
ones.
yeah, we call them bin chickens.
Yeah, bin chickens. Yeah,
call them- have you
they're the
been
worst,
chickens?
man.
They're the big white birds
Yeah,
that are
yeah.
yeah.
You guys
The
had
long
the
nose.
emu.
Exactly.
You should declare another emu war on them. Like shoot out of them in the.
Dude, they're like our version of pigeons, though we have
Yeah.
pigeons as well. Like they're kind of
Yeah.
everywhere, going through the trash.
Yeah, but I remember coming to Australia for the first time. I saw one of those bin chickens or whatever you call them.
Yeah,
I was
bin
like, oh, this is pretty cool. And normally in the Netherlands, I see these things in zoos or something.
Yeah.
but,
For sure.
but then after a day, I was like, oh, another fucking bin chicken. I just wanted to kick them.
Can you eat them too? Bin chickens?
I don't know, but I'll be honest with you. I've had pigeon before. I went to a Chinese restaurant. This is not a joke. This is not a joke about Chinese people eating random shit. I literally, I literally went into a Chinese restaurant in Carlingford for the Sydney siders. You know that is. And I saw pigeon on the menu, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll have some pigeon. So I've
how
eaten
was it?
pigeon. It was a little bit gamey. It was a little bit like duck, but it wasn't. It was a bit more stringy as well. It wasn't like nice. Like duck is a little bit. It's fatty and it's got a nice flavor to it. But
you
pigeon.
don't want to overcook pigeon either. Like you need to get it to the like 70 Celsius, because if not, you're gonna risk getting sick. But
Well, Sefa, tell us
Oh,
a little bit
I'm so
about
sorry.
cooking birds.
cooking birds. Well, I've had almost all edible birds, I guess, except like maybe waterfowl or something. But that's not
Okay.
easy to get in stores. You really have to order that stuff. But yeah, I still prefer chicken. But I've had like stuff like pheasant, and I've prepared it
Really?
myself. But,
Wow.
and some birds you can even eat like red. If you eat chicken like medium rare, you're gonna.
It depends where you go. It depends where you go, because in Japan you can get chicken sashimi.
Yeah, it depends on the bird, and if you test it and there's no salmonella or any like weird bacteria, you can probably eat it rare, but it's pretty disgusting, to be honest.
Definitely.
Yeah, I've almost had every edible bird that you can get, basically.
In your travels abroad, Act of Rage, what is the strangest food that you've had?
The strangest food?
Yeah.
Vegemite.
Oh, we're going to do that again, bro. We're going to do that later.
Don't get me started.
I mean, it's a unique experience, but it's really Australian, so you have to do it if you're going to be part of us. And you
food?
look,
Not really.
we're not going to let you back into the country until you have some Vegemite on stream. So that's how it goes. But surely there's some weird food that you've had at chicken feet. Have you had chicken feet?
Chicken? No.
No, you've never had
I,
those.
I only eat like hamburgers and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I had some kangaroo carpaccio in Australia.
There you go.
I had kangaroo too.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
It's on the Sofitel menu, right? You've probably had it.
I don't believe I've eaten at the Sofitel, but I've had a kangaroo before a couple of
Darling
times
Harbour,
on this.
Sofitel?
Yeah.
So
Shout out to you, Pete.
there you go. So you've never had like any crocodile, snake?
No, yeah, kangaroo beef, like steak.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
It's
But-
easygoing, It's
but
not
for the rest, no,
not too weird.
No spiders or anything like that.
Yeah, you can get like a roast or what is it, like fried insects
Cockroaches.
at some Asian.
That's
street
true.
markets,
That's
right?
true. I've had fried ants before as well. They were really big. So
okay.
where my parents come from, they come from South America, Colombia actually. And one of the delicacies that they have is like these ants that are about the size of an inch, and you have them kind of like popcorn. Tasted like popcorn too.
Popcorn.
Yeah, and you get the crunch and
So
everything.
soaked up
Do
with
you
fat or
taste the
something.
ant? Like
Yeah, you taste the ant. That's
do
what
you
it
just
tastes
taste
like.
oil and
No. It's yeah.
How was
It's
it?
different. It was different. It was like popcorn.
Die.
Yeah. Let's.
The end.
Yeah, right. Let's think about going back to Australia. Let's think about the situation that we're in at the moment with lockdowns, with quarantines and everything. To go to Australia, one of the things that you have to do is spend 2 weeks in quarantine. Regardless if you've had like a vaccine or whatever. I know things are changing at the moment, but my question to you guys is, and this
I
one
would
comes from the
definitely
chat.
consider it.
You do 2 weeks quarantine.
Yeah, I don't miss anything in Holland. So
There you go.
Yeah.
You do it as well?
why not?
just chilling for 2 weeks, maybe take my laptop and and at least I could also do some shows in China, but there's like there's no Pornhub, there's no YouTube, there's no. So how do you entertain yourself in a hotel?
A VPN.
VPN.
Yes, because I've been there with that exact problem. I had a friend sign me up. He's like, hey, yo, use this VPN, NordVPN, blah, blah, blah. You can access everything that you want. But hey, if that's the only reason stopping you from going to China.
Well, Sofitel, service is really fucking good. So if I can spend 2 weeks in quarantine in the Sofitel, then
Would you do it
me up.
solo or would you bring somebody with you?
well, not in the same room. I think you have to take someone with you, and you have to spend quarantine in the same room. Otherwise, you risk cross contamination, I guess.
I'm not entirely sure what the rules are or whatever.
That will be the most logical thing, I guess.
But if you had to quarantine in the same room with another artist, who would you bring?
Jacques, please help me, man.
A girl or
I mean, are
there
you,
are not many in the scene.
yeah. So are you suggesting that you'd like 2 weeks quarantine with anime, Miss Kate? Is that what's going down? Is
They're
that the
married,
gossip?
and I think if I say the wrong thing about them, then their husbands will look me up and destroy me with like a
2 weeks
drill
in a
or
room.
something or a sledgehammer.
Whoa, Jesus!
2 weeks in a room. That's boring.
2 weeks in a room with
I think
somebody
2
else.
Weeks, 2 weeks with any person in the same room, I would already, get sick of them after like 2 days, I guess.
So forget the artist. Anyone is just out of the picture. You're going to do it solo.
Yeah, just leave me. That's how I live life regularly anyway, man. Like,
Well, this leads on. This leads on to the next question, and I'm sure that the thirsty ladies in the chat are dying to know: are you single?
yes.
There you go. There you go.
Always been, so I don't know why it's still a question. Like I've answered it a couple of times.
I'm sorry. These people are coming with these questions. I'm just repeating what I see.
I'm looking for some royal arranged marriage or something. Like, I guess.
Nice. Well, how about yourself? Are you on the menu
I have
or
a
off the
girlfriend.
menu?
I'm off the menu.
Oh, you're off the. Ladies, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. But. Something on the side? No, nothing on the
Someone
side.
on the side? Nothing on the side.
No.
Someone on the side.
Hey, look, listen. Hey,
It's a DJ thing, man. Nothing wrong with that.
exactly. Shout out to all the lonely DJ side chicks in quarantine.
Like, shout out to everyone in.
Shout out to the lonely side chicks in quarantine. Okay.
I had to say it. Look.
I know they're watching.
Yeah, right. While we wait for some more questions to pour in from the chat, I want to ask you. What is the weirdest connection that you've had thanks to music? Maybe you've ended up in a certain place, an exclusive area, you've met somebody because you've been involved in the music scene. I'll give you an example, right? I'm a huge fan of games like Quake Champions, Doom Eternal, and all that sort of thing. I love shooters, particularly id Software shooters.
Yeah.
I've always been a huge fan. And when I started playing Quake 3 Arena, I was really into like the industrial metal soundtrack, and I tracked down Sonic Mayhem, who was the guy that did it. And we've met up, had a little coffee when he was in LA and stuff. And just whenever I have some questions about the how things work in the game industry, I sort of like ask him, Sonic Mayhem, who did
Cheat codes.
stuff. Yeah, well, yeah, right.
I don't game at all. Like,
You don't game at all?
Nothing.
But surely, because of like your involvement in music, you've ended up in a certain place. You know somebody because they were a fan, or you met somebody that
I have
was.
to think about that.
Yeah,
While you think, we'll ask Sefa.
Maybe some devotees have seen a couple of things in my story, but I've actually I met this Moldovan folk musician a while ago. So basically, I came across his music by complete accident, and I really liked it. Like people call me crazy, but I really like Moldovan, like the cheap keyboard folk music that you make with like this arranger keyboard.
Yeah, for sure.
People at weddings with really like that stuff. So. I actually made a remix of one of his tracks, like without even asking him, like, oh sure, this Moldovan guy, he'll never.
You never hear it.
And then this fan page, Sefagram, she tagged the official account of this guy, and this guy had like 1,500 followers or something, and he actually liked the remix. So
How about that? That's awesome.
Open-minded.
For my birthday, he sent me a birthday shout out in Romanian, so I didn't understand anything he was saying. But then he played the song on his keyboard, and we're still in touch. Like
That's freaking sick.
If I talk to him, I have to go to Google Translate and translate my English sentence into Romanian, and then he talks back in Romanian because he doesn't know how Google Translate works or something. And we have conversations about music. And
How awesome is that? That's music bringing the world together, bringing it a little bit closer. So with that in mind, surely
I still don't know anyone that I met through music.
Really?
That's really weird or something.
Yeah,
like,
man,
something special. Yeah.
I mean,
of course, you meet people that do different stuff, and you hop into other worlds. Like,
But how did you get into the? For example, when you got into the scene at first, you were already listening to like Anger Fist and stuff, and and Joey's stuff.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So how was it like? For example, when you saw them for the first time at a party, or
that's I know Joey like Radical Redemption for 20 years already.
Right.
So I saw his whole career getting up. I was at every party with him.
Yep.
But that's fun what you say. Like I was in my living room back in the days, and I showed the DEF CON after movie with Luna and Deepak, 2008, I guess. And I showed it to my mother, like, look at this. How awesome is this? And they're like, yeah, dream on. I don't know. And and then you meet the guys in person, and it's a little bit weird or something like that.
yeah,
because you know them from the music.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially for me, I was just a little kid, you know, like 8, 9 years old when I first stumbled across Anger Fists and Headhunters, and it's a really funny thing. There's a saying like, you never meet your heroes, you'll be disappointed.
Yeah, totally.
I wasn't disappointed, but like if you meet them, it's like, oh.
They're normal
I thought it was like talking to Jesus or something. But it's like, hey man, no worries. You know, that's
talking to Jesus.
That's the most funny thing, I guess.
Amen. But no, but I mean,
What the fuck?
that's one of those things though. When meeting your heroes, I think, and putting like the real human behind the music, sometimes that goes really well, and then you see that they're super chill. And you're like, oh right, yeah, they are heroes.
Yeah.
They are kind of cool people. Sometimes it's disappointing, you know, when you meet them and they're like, oh, this guy's an absolute jerk, and you can't listen to the music the same again.
Yeah.
That happens. That absolutely happens. But what is one of the strangest reactions that you've had now as somebody's idols, or maybe? No, because you are both
Some reactions
idols to
are
people.
pretty crazy, like completely hysteric, like people that halfly pass out while you're at the same stuff.
Really?
And you're like, okay, hello, hi.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing because especially us Dutch people, we are raised to be really down to earth. So, like, probably one of the most down to earth people in, except for maybe some African countries, I guess. But
You had to take it there.
I didn't say it. But, yeah, so especially for us, if we go to a country, for example, in when I went to China or Japan, there's this really hierarchical culture which really takes respect to a whole other level. So
yeah, for sure.
For them, it is like meeting some kind of heavenly super person, and you're just like, hey man, want something? And they're like crying and then hysterically running around, and it's really crazy.
It's not necessary. Just be chill and everybody's chill.
No, but I don't really. Of course, I'm not condoning that kind. It's nice when someone talks to you in a normal way, but I also don't want to take the experience away from them. Like,
totally.
If it's an experience for them that's so special, then just let them do their thing. And
so, with that in mind, what is one of the strangest reactions that you've had to people that aren't fans, that don't normally listen to the music, and you've explained what you do, the style of music that you perform and produce? What has there been kind of like, oh my, what
you're always like, oh, there's Shaq again with the crap music
and with the pots and pans,
with the hard boom boom music on and like that. They don't know the whole scene and all the fans and the whole world that is behind it.
Exactly.
They just. Yeah.
If you've never went to an event, I don't think you can fully understand or grasp what we're trying to do here.
Oh, totally.
The funniest thing I had, I guess, was when I told my principal I was leaving school to pursue music.
Yeah.
As a 17-year-old kid.
How was that kind of? Was it like a?
Well, I remember I played my second Cubase. And after that, I had like 3 more gigs in Germany, and I had to go home by train because at the time they were selling me for like €100, and no tickets, man. Sorry.
That's
so I was completely exhausted, and I remember my grandma waking me up. She said, "It's time to go to school," and I had like 2 hours of sleep, and I'm like, "Oh, I'll have 1 more hour," and then I went to I think it was math class at like 8:30, and I was falling asleep on my and then I got kicked out of class, and I lost my shit. Like I completely lost my shit. But the teacher didn't understand what I was doing. So the teacher was like, "Oh, this is like an antisocial, a shitty kid who doesn't want to work." So I went to the principal the next day on the advice of my grandmother, and I told them like, "Hey, I know I was a pretty good student at the time. Like I was getting pretty good grades, and they didn't understand it. So I told them like, yeah, I'm quitting school." Like, why? You can have an academic career, and they told me like all this stuff. Like you can go to university if you
just
finish,
like me.
Finish this year. Yeah.
Well, that turned out great.
I was like, yeah, I just want to play music, and they just couldn't grasp it. She looked at me like, you're fucking crazy, man. Like, what do you think you're doing? And then I walked out, and I never came back again. And then like I think 3 years later, the same principal sent me a message on Facebook like, "Hey Sefa, I was curious about you, so I looked you up, and really cool what you're doing. And I was like, oh yeah, sure. But she didn't understand at the time what I was doing. Like I was a 17-year-old kid.
Yeah.
I remember her telling me
now.
like, yeah, I'm like 3 years older now. Come on, give me a break. Like,
Come on, guys.
Yeah, come on. When do I finally get this young boys? Do I need to turn like 50 and
I don't
gray
know.
hair before people will call me?
We're going to have to ask the chat. When is Sefa stop being a boy? When does he become a man? I don't know. Chat, let us know.
I know what the chat is going to say. Like, I'm going to have to send a picture of my pubes as proof or something. Like,
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. You're probably right, though.
I can unbutton my shirt and show my chest hair. I mean,
I don't know, man.
It's pretty,
Is it substantial?
impressive.
Yeah?
I don't know.
You got a rug on?
You've watched me dress
I've
in
got
the
like
dressing room.
two hairs on the chest.
Yeah, it's a Dutch thing, I guess.
Well, being a little bit more hairless and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's where the Turkish genes come in.
There you go. There you go. We've got another question coming in here from the chat. This one comes from Hellborn NL. I don't know what this means, but I'm going to ask it to both of you. Do you know about the bird?
All right, everybody's heard about the bird.
is the word.
The bird is the word. The bird is the word.
Can't wait for someone to sample that. Like producers.
I'm pretty sure that's been done, right? Like I remember hearing it on an old.
I think the Speed Freak did it. So like a really old school Frenchcore.
Yeah.
Like one of the
primordial Frenchcore kind of thing.
Exactly.
Another question coming in here from the chat, which comes from Tomato69. What is your most embarrassing tour moment? Yeah, I'm sorry, man. These names.
Most embarrassing tour moment?
Yeah, surely you've had one falling off a stage, pants falling down.
The Q button is always...
yeah, that's a classic. That's a classic.
Yeah, but for the rest...
Nothing too bad? There's not been like, oh, gee...
The worst transition ever.
Have you had one where it's like it happened, then you woke up
I had
afterwards?
the worst transition ever because I was playing with the deck that was playing already, and then I hit the Q button as well.
Oh shit!
Kidding. All right, I do it again. Yeah. And then it was silent at loudness.
Oh,
loudness.
That is bad. So it wasn't loud.
Second area. But I just fixed it and later on.
I've had some screw ups at like clubs as well, but never really at big bookings. But I guess one time main stage Harmony of Hardcore, I did a piano set, and for the first track, like the most important piano moment, I didn't have any piano audio. Like
it just wasn't coming out.
There was no audio coming in. So I was like really into it, and I don't have in-ear monitors when I do a piano set.
Sure.
And my headphones were at the stage, so I didn't hear that there was no sound at all. So I was like playing, like really into it, and then the stage manager, hey man, there's no sound.
Oh
what the fuck? That's not my problem. Go for that. I lost my shit, and then it turned out that I at the beginning of the set,
Here we go.
Was your fault?
Here we go. I get the feeling it was your fault.
Maybe I kind of,
Yes, you did.
Yeah, stop the channel myself.
Oh no!
So I was like flipping at the stage manager
for
and
no
Party
reason.
Racer. I remember Party Racer and Peacock were sitting there like looking at the set, and they were also like, "Hey man, what the fuck are you doing? Go fix the audio!" And it was my fault. So that guy, probably has nightmares about this moment.
I once was in a club, and the complete electricity of the whole club just went out. Like everything, even the fridges.
That
like
sucks.
It was totally black.
Where?
Which one?
It was, Jesus. I don't even know.
I've had a couple of those
Holland.
moments as well with like CDJs not working. It's always in France. Always.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it like
something about that country? I don't know.
You get the emergency loop, right?
that's the worst. No, that's the absolute worst. That's the. Definitely losing power is another one that's like.
But it was completely black, so everybody went screaming. There was a cable fucked up in water in the basement or something. But hey.
I love the panic reaction that DJs get when like something is looping and it sounds a bit odd. They always think it's the emergency loop. So one time I was playing and there were like 5 DJs behind me just looking at having some backstage fun. And
having some backstage.
I know that can mean so many things to so many different people.
Play show. And then, and then I loop my tracks quite a lot. You know, if I do a transition, I like to loop it, but it sounded kind of odd this time. So immediately, like all the DJs were coming up to me like, "Hey man, an emergency loop." And I was like, "Oh, chill, man. I'm just doing my thing here." Like there's some kind of traumatic reaction. Like
definitely, because everybody has that panic. You know, maybe if you're old enough and you're playing off CDs and the CD starts skipping and doing its thing, that was always like one of those like adrenaline pumping
Do you
moments.
guys also have the dreams? Like I sometimes have the
Yeah,
dreams
yeah,
that I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
have my
yeah.
USBs or SD cards
Yep.
with it, or I put it
Yep.
in and it
Yeah.
doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I had a
That
dream
brings
like
me-
a couple of weeks ago, and it was I was about to perform at the Sydney the Olympic arena, like the Olympic Park,
Oh wow! Yeah.
the main HSU venue, and I didn't have my USBs with me.
That was your dream.
That was
Yeah.
your dream.
And I
That's
remember
really your dream.
I remember looking up.
Pursue your
and then
dream.
when I was about to scream, like I woke up like.
Yeah, that's so fucked up. I once had, also at Loudness, by the way, I put it in my SD card. My first track was ready to roll. So I went down on my knees behind the deck, and then I heard my name. I make some noise for Active Rage,
And there's
came
nothing.
up. There was fucking nothing. I'm like, oh my god. And then the MC was
man.
like, all right, is everybody ready to party? Shaq, you ready? All right, can I get some noise? Yeah. That was a little blooper.
Oh man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. With that, thinking about the negatives, let's think about the positives. Let's think about some experiences that you haven't achieved yet. It could be music related or not. Some stuff that's on the bucket list that you haven't done yet. You seem to have like lived quite a full life, man. I'm like my life in comparison is pretty boring. I'm just on the computer, PC gaming. You're out there wakeboarding. But
Yeah.
surely there's some stuff on your bucket list that you haven't done
I
yet.
really wanted to play hard bass, but hard bass is now the last edition is
Rip.
Rest in
yeah.
Rest
So,
in pace.
But the Gelder Dome is definitely on my list. That like you have to play it one time, and I think I'm able to do that. But yeah, who knows in the future? That's one of the bucket
Climax.
lists.
Fingers crossed.
Maybe
for instance.
another Q event, something like that. I think it'll be.
The Gelder Dome is just it's
You weren't
huge.
that
It's
dedicated,
legendary.
right?
Yeah.
It's legendary.
No, dedicated.
dedicated. I wasn't there.
Okay, yeah.
No.
That was like my first Gower Dome experience. It's
Yeah.
insane, man. Like it's the Ziggo Dome, but even bigger and more.
Yeah.
The
It's like twice or
the craziest thing about the Gower Dome is the resonance. So
Oh,
your-
yeah.
the kicks are like crung, and they go all the way through the venue, and then when the people scream back, it's like it surrounds
Yeah.
you like a wall of sound. It's absolutely insane.
It's a wild experience,
Yeah.
that's for sure. So I want to think about with the idea of not music related stuff. What are some stuff on the bucket lists? Some extreme sports stuff. Bungee jumping. Have you done bungee jumping?
no, bungee jumping not yet. No.
Oh, okay. Is that on the list?
I want to do a lot of stuff, of course, like wakeboarding, skateboarding, snowboarding. But I want to do kite surfing, and that would be fucking awesome.
Which one's kite surfing?
With the kite?
No, but like, is that the umbrella thingy on the
Yeah,
water?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So like, hey man, look, I don't go out much. Hey, I'm a studio nerd. What do you expect?
Yeah.
I'm a priest. I'm not out there on freaking kites.
You can.
Sounds ridiculous.
Just sport.
Okay, all right.
sport.
Kite surfing. That's your thing to do.
I want to do it, but I don't know why and when.
Where would you do it if you could? Like, is this something that you do?
I prefer like the water temperature around 25 degrees.
There you go. So nice and warm.
So not the North Sea.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I'm getting at.
We have the ugliest sea like in the world.
brown.
It's gray and brown, and there's turds floating and everything.
Throwing his home country under the bus.
in there.
Sefa, damn. But okay, but Maui maybe, or like Hawaii,
Yeah, it's
Maldives.
more like with the waves, I think.
Yeah,
So
okay.
this one you need just a flat water in a lake or something like that.
Gotcha.
That's not too deep.
Waves are a no-go.
To learn it, no. With
Okay.
kite surfing, I think.
Gotcha. Is there any stuff on your bucket list that?
I would like to go outside once and actually enjoy it.
There you go.
That's still something I'm working on.
Parties, those are on my bucket list. I
Yeah.
want to really do a party
yeah.
again.
Do a party again for sure. I think that's on most DJs' bucket list. While we wait for some more questions to come in from the chat, I'm seeing some more coming in, and we'll take a note of those in just a second. For some reason, I'm seeing pegging in the chat.
Pegging.
Let's not talk about that because I know exactly what that is.
That's not something. Oh.
What I want to do is I want to play a game of Cards Against Humanity. Yeah, we're going to do it. We're
Live on air.
We're going to do it live on air with you and with
insane,
you.
man.
But he's never done it yet, so we need to pop his cherry. Because I'd rather do that
Well,
than.
no, I've never played that, but I know there's some pretty rough stuff, and
Yeah.
if you laugh about the wrong things on air,
No,
you
dude.
get into some serious trouble.
No,
you know?
man, no.
I've done it many times.
These are Aussies, you know.
Aussies, okay.
We take it with a grain of salt and we have a good laugh. So the more savage, the better. Because I'd rather play Cards Against Humanity than talk about pegging. Let's be real. Let's be
What's
real.
pegging?
Me neither, man.
We're not.
We're not discussing that.
We're not
okay.
discussing that on
We'll do it
with the
after
microphone.
stream.
It's when
No. All right, so here's what's going to happen, Active Rage, because you've never played this before. I have some questions on some black cards. What you need to do is respond to these questions with these white cards. The goal of this, at least the way that we're playing today, is to have the most savage answers possible. So, when we play this
Should I
with...
check it, the cards? Or?
Yeah, of course, yeah. The goal is to play as hard as possible. When we had Wild Stars on here, like we saw a side of Wild Stars that I'd never seen before. Guy has some anger issues.
Yeah.
He's
It's a Dutch saying, stille wateren, diepe gronden.
There you go,
It means
exactly.
like if the waters are silent, then there's a lot underneath.
Exactly. Still waters run deep. So, we'll...
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. Yeah. We'll give you some more.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to play this. Oh, man. No, I don't know what's going on with the chat today.
Nee.
The
There's
chat...
so many cards to choose from. It's like
Exactly.
Okay, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. So we want you to have the most savage answers possible while we wait for some more things to come in from the chat. So, Cards Against Humanity, let me shuffle up these questions while you take a look at the answers, and let me put this one here. So, exactly. The goal of the game, Active Rage, is to be as
Savage
dark,
as you can.
as savage as you can. Okay, so here we go.
Or funny.
Funny, savage, both will work. Both is good.
Okay, so you're gonna...
I'm going to ask the questions. So, let me just grab a card. The question to both of you is this. When all else fails, I can always masturbate to Puncha Puncha Puncha.
The only gay person in 100 kilometers.
Sefa, right off the bat, going for the gays. Nice.
You can always fantasize about something.
Okay, so I'll read the question out again. This one, Active Rage. Here we go. When all else fails, I can always masturbate to...
Mouth herpes.
Oh, Jesus. Man, that'd be hard work. Wow.
The infinity.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep it going. Another round of Cards Against Humanity, and we'll jump back to some questions from the chat. The question is, what is there a ton of in heaven?
Sorry, one more time.
What is there a ton of in heaven?
Natural selection.
A ton of natural selection?
Preteens.
Wow. That says more about you than it says about anyone
Shout out
else.
to Epstein, didn't kill himself.
Which, actually, how deep are you into conspiracy theories? Did we land on the moon? Did we land on the moon?
That's wussy shit, man.
Okay.
No.
How
No, I've been researching it because my tour manager, he likes getting into the stuff, and
Sure.
every time we have a long car ride, he always is like, "Hey man, did you know?" Well, this is actually too crazy to bring up here, but like
No, do it.
The jet fuel stuff
Doesn't
we're
melt.
way past that.
Okay.
It's-
Oh, way past that. Because I heard a couple. You're talking about the 9/11 conspiracies, right?
Yeah.
I heard a couple where there was like certain researchers of microchips that were in the buildings and stuff went down, and there was like the whole thing was like an assassination plot. That was pretty wild.
Yeah, but I've learned that once you start treading these waters as a DJ, you're kind of in a rough spot. I've seen many careers getting some serious hits because people said the wrong things.
I think, definitely. Having
with, like,
a public opinion and a public face, and you say something that's a little bit too rocking the boat a little bit.
especially
You guys
now with
read
the
all
whole
the
vaccine.
stuff? Like,
Huh?
You guys read like this, the conspiracy things,
I-
checking it out.
I like it,
I
yeah.
get it. I get it secondhand from a friend of mine. Sort of like, we'll be talking about something, and then all of a sudden he'll sort of divert the subject and go into how that is related to some
Yeah.
sort of.
I'm just
like,
out there wakeboarding.
Yeah, there you go. That's the better way to
Have
live.
fun, man.
That's the better way to live. All right, another round of Cards Against Humanity. I'm seeing some more questions coming in from the chat, but here we go. Question is, what ended my last relationship?
Kissing grandma on the forehead and turning off her life support.
Wow. Or maybe that started another one. Here we go. Active Rage. Answer to the question. What ended my last relationship?
Selling crack to children.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
I've been there, man. I've been there.
Hey, want some crack, Sefa?
Has anyone got a glass pipe? It's I don't know what's going on with the restrictions on Twitch. Question that comes in from the chat. This one comes from Shahrazad. Would either of you come or return to Tweaker TV? How's your livers? You're a little bit hungover.
My liver is pretty trained.
Okay.
But I
Is
don't
it-
know. I haven't had an invitation yet.
Okay.
So, but I don't know. Yeah.
Would you
I
do
haven't
it?
Thought about it.
Would you do it? Because it's a marathon of drinking, man.
Yeah, I know.
You've seen
I
what
see
happened to
people
Warface.
dying in that
Warface.
studio.
There you go.
Warface was so drunk. Oh my god.
But would you do it with that in mind?
No, I will not get so drunk on camera. That's.
I mean, you don't know what the format's like, right? Whenever a tip comes in,
I know
you got to drink.
Yeah, all those Jägermeister shots. And you don't drink at all, right, Sefa?
No, my liver is still a virgin, so that's
so
like
healthy.
if you go to Tweaker TV with a virgin liver, it's like the meme with the Perry Piper with like a ton of black guys surrounding her.
I like how you know her name as well.
Yeah, yeah.
You've watched that video multiple times.
Blacked.com. Shout out to black.com. But
I was curious, you know. Black.com. Yeah. I never want to get a daughter in my life.
Wow, yeah. But Tweaker TV, no go for you.
I don't think that would be an interesting format if I'm drinking water all the time.
Nah, makes
I don't know how
sense.
that would work out, but I would be happy to join them, but just don't force Jaeger on me like they did in Australia. They didn't know I didn't drink. So I was in, I think it was in, I don't know, like. It wasn't in Sydney, but it was like a small club show in like I think the West or something, and they were like, "Hey man, we have this bottle of Jaeger," and there was the whole crowd was staring. Like I think some knew that I didn't drink as well, and they were like forcing this bottle of Jaeger, and I the music was too loud for me to clearly communicate that I didn't drink, like out of
Right. Yeah.
You drink? You drank it?
No.
Okay.
Oh, that would be really funny if you
They were
did.
visually disappointed. And
Of course.
I felt so sad. Like it was like ruining a kid's dream.
It is.
Stepping on a puppy or something.
Exactly right, man. Yeah. Exactly right. So with that all said
Been there
about
as well.
I mean, it happens, right? You accidentally take a step back and you feel bad for the rest of the day, even though the dog doesn't know what's happening. It happens. We'll play another round of Cards Against Humanity, just bouncing off the back of stepping on puppies. The question, act of rage, Sefa. This one is for you. What's that smell?
It's penis breath.
Off the cards.
Yeah, it was at the cars.
Really?
I remember it. Penis breath.
I thought you were just saying it. I'm like, damn, dude. Like, where have you been?
I can't find it anymore.
Are you sure it was a card? I don't think that was from a card, man.
What you've given me is like upside down, and I have to turn it.
Yeah.
Take your time. Take your time.
Yeah.
The question, once more. What's that smell?
Yeah, penis breath.
I want to see the card, man. I don't believe it.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, man. You're absolutely making it up. That's what's on the brain right now.
What's the
Sefa.
smell, Sefa?
Yeah, what's that smell, Sefa?
Kim Jong-un. German Chancellor Angela Merkel.
There you go.
I bet she smells.
I reckon she does. But like, is it a good or bad smell? Because the one that I have in my head is like that old lady perfume with that musk, that old lady musk. Oh, okay. Don't get too close. The worst thing when I was a kid, I used to go to churches with my parents, and there'd be a sizable amount of elderly population there, and they're
Catholic
always
church?
Not a Catholic church, believe it or not. It's a Pentecostal church. So they're the ones that kind of like wild, you know.
But they the speaking in tongues. Like,
Exactly that. Exactly that. So I kind of grew up with that. It was a bit weird.
Okay.
But, you know, there was a lot of elderly people in that church, and they would be like coming up to you and like, oh, this little kid, and try and kiss you on the cheek. And like, oh, that smell. It's forever burned into my...
Hey, Sam, this is your card.
Oh, this is for me. Okay. Yes, you're right.
It's
Penis
penis
breath. Penis breath.
Oh, you have to give the card you used to.
Yeah, it just kind of helps it kind of roll everything together. Right. We've got some more questions that are coming in from the chat. I'm going to take a look at... here we go. This one is for you, Sefa. What are your thoughts on Slendy? And how did you end up letting him on stage during our summer gathering?
Children only. No, just kidding. Where did my whole thing with Slendy start?
Yeah, tell us about that.
Do you know,
wait, hang on. Before because you've got the question. Do you know who Slendy is?
No.
Explain who Slendy is.
I don't know if I'm just a mere mortal. I can't explain.
The concept.
Slendy is like the best version of an Australian like raver I've ever seen. Like he's nice, he's intense, he's always happy. Like
it's the guy from the videos?
Yeah.
That guy,
that guy. Like if you've ever seen that guy like chucking a haka in the middle of a library or whatever, that's Slendy.
Yeah. I wish I had like
that.
2% of his good mood. And that would be, you know. But yeah, that's him, and he's been making videos forever. Like I think he started in the Ziz era, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's more than 10 years.
and you let him on stage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Good people can go on stage, I
Okay.
guess. So, yeah, we have been talking for a while, and every time I come to Australia, he's always there. We did a meetup in like 2018, I guess, in the like the Central Park or something, and there was a piano there. So I like kind of kicked the guy playing the piano. I kicked him off the piano, and then we stood there with like I think 200 fans, and Slendy was there, and he read me like a bedtime story and stuff.
That's
So
amazing.
we've done a ton of stuff together, and then yeah, I guess he was having a good time backstage, and I was like, yeah, sure, come up. He was making a video as well. It's cool for the video. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not really like it depends on the people, but I'm not really somebody who's with good people. I'm not that stern on my personal space when I'm performing. Like, it's a chaos anyway, and if it's somebody who behaves and doesn't, smash his armpit in my face with this sweaty MDMA.
That's the worst smell.
Yeah.
That body odor. Ugh. Ugh.
So yeah, Slendy's a good guy.
I want to talk a little bit about like guests, people that you look up to, or people that you would like to invite to dinner. Who would your dinner guest be if you could have anyone alive or dead? You could sit down with a meal and hang out with them.
Margot Robbie, Phil Collins, and Tony Hawk.
Three
Thank
people.
you.
Nice. Nice. I like your choice on Margot Robbie. But no, for real, man. She seems fun. But same with Tony Hawk. I like his tweets. He's got some...
He's a champ.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Who would your dinner guest be?
I've had these questions.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's not like a hit at you or something, but I always give the same answer. That is that I would revive Johann Sebastian. I would go to his grave personally. I would revive him, and then I would pull some of his hairs out so I can sample his DNA and impregnate myself with his child.
That took a turn for the weird. That took a turn for the really weird.
A combination of me and him.
It'd be like...
His temperament.
have you seen Twins? Is it Twins? Is it Twins? The one? No, which one's the one where Arnold Schwarzenegger has a baby? I think it's Twins. Maybe
It's
not.
before my time.
Oh, there's a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and he has a kid.
When I think of Twins and a TV show, I think of the fat twins from. There's this really fat, like morbidly obese twins.
Morbidly.
It's like a TLC show or something. It's horrible. I've watched a couple of clips and I almost had to.
My 600 LBS live.
Yeah. No. It's brand new. It's really popular actually. Popularized by TikTok. Like people are posting scenes of it on TikTok, and everybody's like, ooh. But I don't have TikTok, so
Yeah, I don't have
I
TikTok
do have
either.
TikTok, unfortunately. But I tried to survive on that platform for like 2 minutes, and I haven't succeeded.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like you've got the personality for it. I feel like you've definitely got the personality to
That's the worst
to kill
insult
an
I ever got in an interview.
Yeah,
ever.
I said it. No. Because TikTok requires a certain level of outgoing funness and stuff
Yeah.
that not everybody has.
I'm fun and outgoing.
Yeah, you're fun and outgoing.
Am I fun and outgoing? Okay,
You really
thank
sold it to us, right?
Yeah.
No, but TikTok, I just post the shit I post on Instagram, also on TikTok. I just made a channel and I just throw it on there, and I don't look at it again. But I don't know.
What's the level that you would take it? Because being active and being funny on social media, there's sort of levels that you can go. You can go into a bad place. You can go and doing some embarrassing things. How far would you go to be popular on social media?
How far?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just do the shit I always do, and then I share it, and people like it.
Would you do OnlyFans? Is there an active rage? Active rage OnlyFans, is that coming?
Another one of those postmodern awful trends. Like, what's with the
OnlyFans?
Oh yeah, you're OnlyFans. Like, explain why would somebody do that?
Money.
There you go. Exactly. I mean, we've got no gigs now, bro. So like, you're still a content creator in some form. So
But like in a non-funny way, like
Okay,
why
okay.
on earth would somebody do that?
okay, so
I respect sex workers and stuff. But
Yeah.
If Sefa's on OnlyFans, he would only post like one content post in 1 year. You know,
Yeah.
like
and I would get a ton of credit for it.
But the thing is, I see it as like a legitimate way for content creators to sort of monetize what they do.
Yeah.
The fact that OnlyFans is predominantly filled with women earning a buck off thirsty dudes, that's just the reputation of the site. But you still get paid. It's still a channel. So
Yeah. But
Never know.
I've never been on there. But what's the content? It's like is it only sexual or is it?
No. There are like legit like people on there as well. I've seen a couple of other. Anime's got an OnlyFans, and she doesn't post anything risque or weird. It's all a G-rated
It's only
OnlyFans.
exclusive content.
There you go.
For which you
But
pay.
why not just make a Patreon? Is it different to Patreon in?
So I asked her this, and she was like, "What's Patreon?" So I think she just heard of OnlyFans first, and then didn't find out till Patreon later. So. How about that one? Okay, guys, look, I want to stop now with the Cards Against Humanity, and I think it's that time.
Getting fingered. I'm sorry.
But sure, you know what? I'm going to pick a question for that one. No.
We do it the other way around.
Right? No. What I want to do is induct you into our Aussie Hall of Fame. I'm just going to reach down here for a second.
Oh. He's reaching down.
Maybe you've done this before. This is for you.
shoey.
Yes, we're going to do the shoey because you're not Aussie until you do a shoey and have some Vegemite. I believe you have had Vegemite
Yeah,
before.
I had all the Australian stuff, you know, like the cookies and
Oh, the Anzac biscuits.
what's it called?
Just for the record, whose shoes?
No one has worn this shoe. I
Pretty
bought
fresh.
Yeah. They've been drunk out of, but they're
It smells like alcohol.
yeah. There you go. So I know you don't drink, but we're gonna need to. You're gonna need to sort of put pause on that a little bit. It's not gonna be a full beer, just a little bit. You got to join us. It's part of it. It's part of the experience.
I'm driving, but some beer can go in there.
But,
It's just. Sefa, it's just the tip. It's just the tip. Just a little bit. Okay. Right. But before we do that, I'm going to put this laptop away and put a pause on the questions. This can get a little bit messy. What we need to do between the three of us is to do a spoonful of Vegemite together.
No, not a full spoon.
Well, like I said before, just the tip.
I don't even remember the taste anymore. But
Oh, you're not going to forget it, man.
It's horrendous.
Yeah, here you go. That one's for you.
that's not a spoonful. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, I know. I'm just easing you
Give me
guys
a
into
full
it.
Spoon. Like
Serious?
I think I can handle it today.
Are you serious?
Full spoon?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Right here. Sefa, go on.
Oh.
More? Or is this good?
What is the minimum requirement to be in full like an Australian? This is something they ask for, like if you apply for citizenship, right?
Yeah,
You have
it's
to eat a spoonful.
the
like, at the Ministry of,
inburgeringscursus for Australia is this. I mean, you asked for it. That's a
Where's the camera?
that's a sizable chunk. That is huge. That is huge. Okay, and I'm going to give myself more than you, but less than you. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this together. This is a bit of a two-parter because this is just how we roll on HSU Live from Amsterdam. We'll do the Vegemite, but afterwards we'll put the beer in the shoe, drink the beer out of the shoe because you're going to need something to wash this down. And what better way to wash down a spoonful of Vegemite than to do a shoey? Yeah?
But I'm not gonna swallow the beer. Like
You're going to spit it out?
I really don't drink.
Okay, well then
It's
just,
no problem. but
just
I-
put it in the cup.
I can take it, hit, and then spit
Put
it
some
out.
water in there.
Yeah.
Water?
Of course.
No, what I reckon you do, Sefa, is this. Have you done a shoey before?
I've never done a shoe.
We need to explain the mechanics of what's going on here. So a shoey is where you pour the beer into the shoe and then drink it out of the shoe, right?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah. So then maybe as a way to sort of, if you're not going to drink it and you're not going to wash it down, just spit the beer out into the cup,
Right, sure.
into this coffee mug over here. But yeah, you're gonna appreciate something to chase this thing down. So, Act of Rage,
Yeah.
Sefa,
Yeah.
right here on HSU Live broadcasting on Twitch. It's time for us to do the Vegemite Chewy.
I regret my decision.
Yes, and on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, let's go. I feel like he's going to be chewing for a while. Oh yeah. Beer into the shoe. Beer into the shoe. It's intense.
Beer into the shoe?
Yep.
You want a nice foamy shoey?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Ma'am, he's trying. He's trying. No, can we get a round of applause? Round of applause. Act of Rage and Sefa. All right. Before we close everything out, and while you're enjoying the amazing taste of Vegemite washed down with the shoey. Oh, man.
Like the texture is like peanut butter, and I really like peanut butter. But then the taste hits you, and you're like
All right.
not happy about.
Tell
it.
us, guys, what you've got
life
going
choices.
on. Act of Rage, what is coming up for you in the future? Plug us with your shit. What's
Yes.
happening for you coming up?
New music is coming up.
Okay.
Solo collabs, hardcore collab also. The remix with Sefa, we're gonna release it. The video clip's ready to rumble. But yeah, gonna check it out when we're gonna release it. So yeah, new music is coming.
There you go. And what's next for you?
Vegemite?
More of it.
Taking a proper shoe, you know, I'm gonna get bullied with this as well. Who cares? I've also done, like, everything that I attempted as Australian it goes like awfully wrong. I tried an Australian hack. I tried to muzz. It wasn't very successful. Now the shoey, like,
You know, you gave it a fair old whack,
You know,
and that's what matters.
off camera, I'm gonna do the Vegemite like with some water, and I'm gonna swallow the whole thing. You're gonna film it and put it on the HSU Instagram.
Yeah, we'll do that,
Yeah.
and make sure that you succeed at this thing. Absolutely. But what have you got? What have you got coming up for us, Sefa? Plug us with your stuff.
Music.
When?
Depends.
When Spotify?
when Spotify?
Yeah.
The eternal question.
I think Sefa fans will be really happy about the stuff that's coming in the
near future.
few months near
Okay,
future. Yeah.
got it. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, can we get a round of applause? Active Rage and Sefa. For people that are catching us on the restream, I have to tell you that unfortunately Sefa's set will not be restreamed. We'll be back the week after next. We're taking a pause for Easter. We're going to relax a little bit, and then we'll be back, I believe, on the 9th of April with another edition of HSU Live. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Chat, you've been absolutely amazing. Once again, Sefa, Active Rage, legends. We'll catch you next time for another episode of HSU Live from Amsterdam. See ya!
See ya.
HSU Live from Amsterdam.